Hello, my name is Tahoya Jackson, and my partner is Whitney Wimberly. We're Team M, and our company is also known as Maverick. We will discuss with you the highs and lows of our Markstrat performance over time, things we did right, and also things we could have improved on overall. Unfortunately, we finished the simulation in last place, but we were able to take away a great amount of beneficial marketing information and strategies. Over time, our share price index fluctuated. Our highest share price index was 1,113, which we acquired in period 5, which was our greatest period overall. Our lowest share price index of 705 occurred in period 3, after we made the decision to modify our product Move to target the specific needs of the shopper segment by introducing our new brand Moon. Our amounts of revenue always ranked below our competition, which resulted in a lack of profit for some of our brands. In reference to total market share, we maintained satisfactory levels of market share, which kept us in the race. As you can see, our overall performance was a roller coaster ride, which led to low rankings in the industry. We made adjustments every period, but majority of our results were based on the competition and their performance within the same market. Despite the high competitive advantage in period 5, we decided to make adjustments at the end of the race without analyzing the potential moves of the competition, and it cost us the game. We entered the industry with two main products, Most and Move. Most was our Rockstar product that averaged 36% of market share. We created this product to target the saver segment, which happened to be one of the largest segments with the greatest potential growth. Our strategy was to devote majority of our budget for advertising, and as a result, Most peaked at 74% brand awareness and 41% purchase intentions in the targeted segment. On the other hand, Move only averaged 14% of the market share and 15% purchase intentions from consumers. We decided to target only the shopper segment due to their future growth and market segment size. Unfortunately, due to the lack of profit, we withdrew Move in period 3. The next product we introduced in period 4 was Moon. This was a modification of our beginning product, Move, but we took time to analyze the perceptual objectives of the targeted segment and align their wants to create excellent message quality for our communication dimensions. This product achieved 34% market share, which was double the performance of our former product, Move. Overall, this was a great move for our company. Next, we decided to take a risky move in period 5 and introduced a product to target the Explorer segment, since there was only one other competitor in that specific market. At the beginning of the simulation, we decided not to target the Explorer segment since research showed their segment will be declining in future periods. However, we were able to maintain 46% market share in our introductory period and 67% brand awareness, which proved to be an amazing move for our firm. Luckily, we were able to create a marketing strategy that resulted in high brand awareness for all of our products. Within the Saver segment, Most had 72% brand awareness, Mojo had 67% in the Explorer segment, and Moon had 68% in the Shopper segment. By increasing brand awareness, we aim to increase every area of our firm, especially share price index and profit. Our purchase intentions started off high for our products, but as time progressed and we introduced new products, the purchase intentions began to decrease due to many factors. However, we were able to accurately align our perceptual objectives to the ideal values of our targeted segments, which was also one of our keys to success. In reference to the shopping habits for each channel, we targeted the specialty stores more for Moon and Mojo, and mass merchandisers for Most. Our main key to success was to devote majority of our budget to advertising. In period 1, we spent $3.3 million on advertising expenses to promote brand awareness as we entered the market. As time progressed, we took money from advertising to help with new R&D projects and necessary adjustments. One of the main goals to success for any company is to focus on what the customer wants and align your output to their needs and demand. We analyzed the ideal values of our targeted segments and aligned our perceptual objectives to exactly what they wanted, in reference to the economy, convenience, and performance. Last but not least, we promoted high brand awareness to get the word out about our product through advertising, research, commercial team, and reasonable prices. Even the greatest companies have areas that they can improve on. For us, we could have done a few things differently within our firm, processes, and marketing strategies. We believe that taking out a loan before period 4 could have given us a better chance to invest in Mojo sooner and adjust the product to the desires of the consumer. By increasing the price for Moon to be closer to our competitions, our brand awareness decreased and our overall performance decreased as well. Also, we could have produced more units in each period to avoid underproduction, which causes consumers to purchase from our competition and decreases profits for our company. In conclusion, I believe we should have analyzed our competition better for all of our products in order to succeed in every category. But we were able to make some tough decisions, make the customers happy, and understand a broad array of marketing processes and strategies. So no matter the results, I believe we won as well.
Thank you, Tahoya. Now that we've discussed the actual performance of our company, we'll discuss what we learned from Markstrat. Segmentation targeting. In Markstrat, the segmentation of consumers was already completed by the creators of Markstrat simulation. Those segments were savers, shoppers, explorers, professionals, and high earners. Because this was already done for us, the next step for us was to familiarize ourselves with the ideal values of the MP3 product that we were making and selling for each segment. However, we realize in the real world that segments are not broken down into exact numbers and provided in a nice report for businesses. If this were real life, this is the part where we would have to go out and identify potential customers and their wants and/or needs. The game taught us the importance of making sure that your segments are identifiable, and once you identify a specific segment's needs, to solely focus on that segment that you are trying to reach. For example, at the beginning of the game, we distributed our advertising dollars for product Most, a brand for the savers, such as 70% savers, 25% shoppers, and 5% professionals. After spreading our dollars throughout the segments for the first 4 periods, by period 5, we realized that the other markets were not going to buy the product because it was not within their range of ideal values. Therefore, in periods 5 and 6, we allocated 100% of the advertising dollars to the target of our savers. The 4 Ps. First, product. In Markstrat, the ideal values of a product for each segment were predefined and identified through reports. Therefore, it was relatively easy to create an R&D product with the exact specifications for one's target market and then launch a brand. Again, we realized that it would not be this easy in the real world, and creating a successful portfolio would take a lot of R&D and/or experience. One thing we were able to recognize quickly was the importance of branding strategy to create brand awareness and brand loyalty. In most cases, a high level of brand awareness was a good thing. However, Markstrat taught us that levels of brand awareness can also be a bad thing for your firm. When our brand Move was introduced into the market in period 0, it was not within its target market, which was the shopper's ideal value range. However, we thought that through a high amount of advertising and brand awareness, consumers might still buy the product. That did not work out. After increasing spending on advertising and brand awareness, we had to withdraw the product because it was too high brand awareness for us to simply complete an R&D product or project to modify the product. The stigma of our brand being bad would still be stuck in the consumer's mind, and they would not purchase it. Price. Have you ever purchased a product over another just because it costs more and you thought you might be getting a higher quality product? This is known as the perceived product benefits. And this is what happened with one of our brands in Markstrat. Our brand Moon, was almost the exact ideal values of the shoppers, and we priced it low, hoping it would sell a lot of units. A competitor in the shopper segment had a brand that was further away from their ideal values, but closer to their ideal price, and they ended up being more successful in that segment. Our low price taught us you cannot be successful after paying cost of goods sold and marketing fees if you do not sell the price at a value that was profitable for you. Towards the end of the simulation, we increased the price of Moon to values that were to our advantage, but we could have been more successful earlier if we would have increased the price earlier. Place. Deciding where to place your product is part of the R&D and/or segmentation phase. After identifying your target market segment, you must identify their shopping habits in regards to where they most likely would buy a product. This is important in the distribution of actual products or actual units of your product. The consumer survey report identified the shopping habits of the segments through 3 channels: specialty stores, mass merchandising, and online. In Markstrat, we did not have to make distribution decisions, but we were able to take this information and see how it would be useful for companies in the real world. Promotion. The consumer survey report was very useful in placing our commercial teams. The quantified shopping habits allowed us to use a top-down approach when we decided the number of commercial people we would place in each channel. In Markstrat, we distinguished a direct correlation of a high number of commercial people to a high number of sales, and the same correlation for dollars spent on advertising. At times, we were shocked at the number of commercial people that other firms had. We started out with the lowest amount, but in order to remain, to constantly increase the size of our commercial team. One thing we found particularly interesting about promotion was the perceptual objectives that could be achieved through advertising. We learned that if the brand wasn't exactly what the consumer wanted, you were able to get a perceived message across excellently when the perception strategy was used. During each decision round, we took advantage of the perceptual objectives options, and we think this contributed to our success. We learned a lot from Markstrat, and we felt that it was a very useful tool in learning marketing concepts, and it challenged us to stay competitive through the creation of our own brands. Thank you, Professor Radigueri.